welcome to Dr. Michelle's Integrative Health and Wellness channel. We're starting a new series, the Juice series, and this is going to be everything that ails you from A to Z. So I thought I'd pick a really great topic. I've been treating a lot of this in my both of my practices. Mental health is one of my specialties, and depression shows up a lot. Depression, stress, anxiety. I'm going to focus on a juice specific for depression today, and I'm going to show you all the different kind of procedures that I take prior to juicing. And first, though, I would like to say, please subscribe. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Give it a thumbs up, a like. That helps the channel to grow and spread the word of natural health and healing. And also touch the bell twice, and that way you'll be notified of my new video releases coming out monthly, hopefully weekly. But right now I'm shooting for monthly because it's been very busy already this year. So off to a grand start, and now that I've gotten into the vegan lifestyle, juicing is a large part of that daily, and also smoothies and a lot of green rainbow-like salads, which I've been inspired by Fully Raw Christina. I'm been in that 21-day vegan challenge, and I'm going to continue the lifestyle. So I have been juicing for, probably 30 years, and I've only used one juicer in the past, which was the Omega juicer. My first juicer lasted over 20 years. It was a really great juicer. And then I bought another Omega. And then when I got turned on to Fully Raw Christina, she recommended the Nama juicer. So I now have the Nama juicer, and I've got my Omega as a backup. So I think it's always good to have a backup if you're going to be doing this as a lifestyle. You can also lend your other one to a friend and teach them about juicing, or a patient. But I've got the Nama juicer I'm going to be using today, and we'll jump in and show how to work that soon here. First, I wanted to talk just a little bit about depression, and I wanted to share a juice book. I've got many juice books, but this is one of my favorite juice books I got when I first started juicing many, many years ago. It's called Juicing for Life, and it's by Sherry Calbaum and Maureen Keene. So I'm going to hold it up for you. But I love this book because it has a lot of different ailments, and then it gives you information about the particular topic, what dietary recommendations are made, and then different juice recipes for that particular ailment. So again, we're going to pick depression. I'm picking depression to start out with, so I can put that in my mental health series. And just a little bit about depression. This can include extreme feelings of dejection, sadness, isolation, withdrawal, emptiness, feeling really alone, and just sadness, a lot of sadness. And it can be really debilitating in one's life. I've suffered from depression, even major depression at one point in my life. Not too long ago, I lost my mother. It feels like yesterday, but I'm actually able to talk about it and not start crying. Going on 4 years. So with that, I had tremendous grief, and it can still come up. And with that, I also had a lot of depression showing up again in my life. So having a really pure diet really helps to clear out the mental muck that I call that, and really have clarity and feel good. Actually, a lot of these vegetables, fruits, can release serotonin, which is really great for boosting our mood. So I'm going to go through some of that right now. So just some general dietary modifications would be to eat plenty of high quality protein, which you can get that in, if you're doing just say a vegan cooked diet, you can get that from beans, lentils, split peas. If you are eating meat, you can find that in fish and turkey. However, you can find a lot of your protein and absorb a lot of your protein from a lot of your greens. I'm learning this, a lot of vegetables, so your dark leafy greens, all the green vegetables and fruits. And then you really want to avoid the saturated fats, avoid caffeine and sugar, and I've actually been reducing a large part of my coffee intake, which is really great, and my sugar, processed sugar. And I've been feeling like a lot better. So, and I'm not really having too much of the cravings for the caffeine or the processed sugar. I'm getting a lot of my sugars from my fruits, and that's helping a lot. Increasing your consumption of tryptophan rich foods also helps. Tryptophan is an amino acid essentially responsible for the production of serotonin, the brain substance that's responsible for the mood elevation and also normal sleep. So we really want to have that tryptophan going. And how we can get that is if you are a meat eater, turkey is high in tryptophan. And then also, let's see, some other whole grain breads if you are eating bread. I'm not doing bread currently with the vegan diet, and other alternatives would be for the vegan and the vegetarians would be bananas, figs, and dates are other great sources of tryptophan. So we really want to increase our consumption of raw fruits and vegetables and the juices. So that's what we're going to do today. And you can even try doing a juice fast, 1 to 5 days. I think that we're going to be doing a 7-day one coming up with Fully Raw Christina soon, which will be my longest ever fruit juice or juice fast, fruit and veggie fast. That can really help to cleanse out our system and give our digestive tract a rest. So nutrients that help for digestion are biotin, folic acid, vitamin B6 and B12, riboflavin, thiamine, vitamin C, calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, and omega-6 fatty acids. So beneficial juices are going to be a lot of your greens, spinach, kale, beet greens, broccoli, and then the one that I'm going to pick out today is called Calcium Rich Cocktail. I really like this one. It's simple, it's fast. I know we all lead busy lives, so this has only 4 ingredients, and I like the fact that it's calcium rich. It's called Calcium Rich Cocktail because I also need to boost my calcium for my bone building. I have a bone building recipe where I've actually reversed osteopenia. So if you're interested in that, just direct message me in the comments box or email me, and I'll get back to you with that information. But juicing is a great way. So we're going to be doing this calcium rich cocktail, which has kale leaves, parsley, carrots, and apple. And I'm going to make extra because I'm going to be loading up for a few days of juicing because I'm juicing every day. So I usually don't like to keep my juice longer than 3 to 4 days, but I also have my refrigerator set at really cold, so it's really not recommended beyond a couple of days. But I'm going to be using the 32-ounce jars to contain it in and seal it. And I just learned that there are plastic lids for these, the BPA-free plastic lids, so you won't get rusting with the metal lids, because that's what I've been using. So I'm going to be switching out, but those are available online too, just an FYI. So there are other mini juices for depression, which I might add to that later. But right now we're going to get started and do some juicing. So let's have some fun. And we're going to be, I've already pre-washed my veggies, so I'd be ready to go, and my fruits. And then I like to use, this looks really used up, but it's nice and easy to use a vegetable fruit brush to scrub your vegetables, I also use, now with the COVID, I like to wash everything very thoroughly. So I wash all my produce, and you know, just, it's a safe essential oil soap. And this is what I actually wash my hands with, but it's doTERRA. You can find this on my website, the doTERRA website, in my description, and I'll also link it down below. But this soap, I actually wash all my fruits and veggies with before I use them. So, because they have been touched through the process coming down, and by the time we get them in the store. So that's what I wash mine with, and then I also use my fruit and veggie brush, so it makes it really nice and easy. So I've got my spinach, or my kale, and my parsley. I'm also going to do celery for another green one later. And then I've got my plate full of apples and carrots. So I'm making a little bit extra, so you can always half the recipe if you're just going to make a juice for the day. But again, I'm going to be doing this to refrigerate some of it. So let me go ahead and angle so you guys can see the Nama juicer, and try to bring it up closer to you. Let's see if I can. Oh, there we go. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that well. Alright, so let's get ready to go here. This container will carry all the pulp. This juicer is really great for extracting a lot of juice from your fruit and veg, and it's really, really easy to use. It was hard for me to push a lot of the produce through with the Omega. So, I mean, it really took a lot of muscle. If you have a lot of muscle, that one works well. But I didn't have a whole lot of muscle. So this is really nice, and I cut up the pieces really small so it makes it easy to do. And right now I'm pushing through a little bit of carrot, which is my base, and a little bit of apple just to get it going. And then I'm going to start putting in some kale and some parsley. So a little bit at a time, just so it doesn't get overloaded. And then you can take your plunger and push it through. Let's see if I can get it. I've got my plunger stuck in here. Oh my gosh, this hasn't happened before. Yeah. Oh my goodness. So try not to put too much in at once, like I can tend to do. I'm going to put some parsley in now. All of the produce that I get is organic. I get it from a Whole Foods store called Jimbo's. And then, like I said, I always wash it twice. I wash it when I get home, and then I wash it right before using it again. Usually just rinse it. So now I'm putting kale and parsley in here. Now, if you guys want a discount on the Nama juicer, send me a message and I can give you Christina's site, and she's got, I think on her website, a code that you can use to get a discount on the Nama juicer. There are fraudulent companies out there selling the Nama, and you do not want to get them from other companies, because we had a few people in our group that I think did buy them and they never got their juicer. So you only want to purchase from the company. good amount of juice, and then we're going to sample it together here. Again, this is going to help mental health, depression, and then I'm going to go through and just tell you what each ingredient can do specifically for the depression. Let me get a little bit more of this going. So I put the stems, I put everything in. This is the parsley. There's no holding back. With the apples, I do cut the apple core off. Some people will put the whole thing in. I just have an aversion to putting these apple seeds in there. I just don't like doing that. So they're not supposed to be good for you, but some people have different thoughts on that. You can also take your pulp and use it as compost. I don't do that. You could also use it in certain recipes if you dehydrate. And I've not gotten brave to do that yet either, or had the time. So as you see, I've got about 8 carrots that have already gone in here. I've got, gosh, probably at least 4 or 5 handfuls of kale, and a big bunch of parsley is going in here. And then I use 2 apples, so that we'll see how much that fills in the 32-ounce jar that I'm using here. And you could drink this whole jar in one as a meal, as if you want to have like a raw vegan meal. You could have that as a substitute as a breakfast, or your lunch, or even your dinner. But it's nice to do it during the day, because then you're getting a lot of your nutrients, and it almost replaces the need for coffee, because it's going to energize you big time and give you a lot of energy. So this is also going to be really great if you have fatigue. We're going to put a little bit more in, and then we'll talk about each vegetable really quick, and fruit, and what minerals those have, and vitamins. And then we'll take a nice sample. We're almost there, almost there. So you can also take a strainer if you don't like the fiber. Most of the fiber is being extracted by the juicer, but some of the fiber does get through. And you can strain your juices if you don't like the fiber to make the juice smoother. I never used to do that, but I learned that from Fully Raw Christina. But right now, while we sample, I'm going to just go ahead and taking a few of the leaves that went in there, pushing it back through. So what I'm going to do right now is go ahead and we're going to do a little sampling together. And while I'm doing that, I'll also go through quickly before we end the different ingredients and how they can help with the depression. So here's my juice, here's my jar. Oh my gosh, that was the perfect amount. Look at that. Look at that. Now, I like to drink mine room temperature, but you know, you want to keep it chilled, especially if you're saving it over the days. So give it a nice good shake. You could also top it off with like a little sprig of mint. If you wanted, if you're chilling it, you know, you could put a little bit of mint in there, or just while you're drinking it. You can also juice the mint. So right now I'm just going to give it a little sample here. So let me pull the camera back up. All right, guys. So let's Let's see how we do here. So I'm going to turn that off so that's not making so much noise. Let's go ahead and give it a shot here. Oops, excuse me. All right, bottoms up. Cheers. Friday night cocktail. Wow. The apples really make it tasty. Otherwise, all your, it's just, it tastes very green, very good, very nourishing, and it's very refreshing. Oh, yum. And it also creates a lot of, the green juice also creates a lot of alkalinity in the body, which our body likes. Better than having an acidic body. So with those ingredients, I've got green all over me here. So the kale, let's see. The kale is a great source of folic acid, B6, riboflavin, vitamin C, calcium, and quite a bit. So let's see, the parsley is a great source of vitamin C, also calcium, and magnesium, potassium, and carrots. Carrots are a great source of potassium, and okay, well, that's what I'm finding right now. So they have so many vitamins and nutrients. So I really encourage y'all to start juicing, have some fun. You can make your own creations, but just know this is called the calcium-rich cocktail. Great for your bones, great for your mood. And I just, let's say I came up with a little tag. Healthy food will create a healthy mood. So go out there and start juicing it up every day. If you need some help, reach out to me, and just prayers to you all. Stay safe and be happy. Ciao for now.